So, what's the show and what are we doing?
Today's show is Derek Trucks, blues guitar player, rock guitar player, sick guitar player, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Susan Tedeschi as the opener, who's also Derek's wife.
And is also sick.
In her own right.
Right.
Sick in her own right. So we got a really cool show to see tonight. The crew was very cool, very laid back. The load-in was pretty quick. They had a nice trailer on their bus. We got everything set up pretty quickly, pretty easily. I think sound check was scheduled for 4, and we had been chilling for an hour at least.
Mm-hmm.
By the time 4 rolled around. We did a hefty focus. Chris laid out 6 pars along the upstage floor that are shooting up onto these banners that they've got hanging from the truss.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks really cool. There's 2 shooting up on each, with one with a red gel, one with a blue gel. Looks really sweet. And what else? It's kind of a neat setup because both bands are going to be almost the same and use most of the same gear. So there's not going to be much of a changeover.
Nice. And what are we going to be doing during the show? Spotlight, right?
Yeah, we're going to have spotlight duties, I think. Maybe not so much for the opener. Who knows? But definitely for the Derek Trucks band.
Cool. We'll get into a little more detail on spotlight duties later on in the episode.
Yeah, because we can actually show us doing the spotlight stuff. As for all the rest of the band stuff, hopefully we can take a look at the stage.
Right.
Maybe talk to the crew.
We'll see.
Pretty cool. It is raining outside, so it might be hard to do interviews. Of course, Rand has no problem making me stand out here.
No. All right, well, let's wrap it up. It's getting wet. I think our talent's getting cranky.
Getting? You interrupted my break time.
Yeah, I'm breaking too.
All right.
So the show's about to start. We're up in the spotlight booth in our positions, about to run spots. We'll have somebody calling spots today through a comm and telling us exactly what to do. I'm gonna let Iggs explain that to you here.
All right, Iggs. So go ahead and show me the comm first then.
Okay.
So there's a headset?
We got the headset. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're about to talk on the comm right now. As you can see, it's flashing. That means someone's calling for us.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, this is the booth. Emo is up here.
What?
Front of house.
What up? All right.
Okay, then you have to make an announcement. All right, yep. They need to make an announcement.
Okay.
So there you go. That was a good example of why we have this.
Need my tea.
Oh.
So Emo just got a call.
Take 2. Emo is our house sound guy, and the stage manager needed somebody to go to the front of house console and open up a mic so that an announcement could be made about a mic that's backstage, so that they can make an announcement in the house. So they call up on the comm, and Emo's right here. I can send them down. Now tonight during the show, when we're at the spotlights, there'll be someone from the tour, lighting director or whatever they want to call her. She's going to be doing the lights for the show, and she's going to be on comm talking to us about where she's going to want the spotlights and all the spot calls. She's going to be making from there, and we'll be listening here and moving the spots around during the show.
And the spots are right here.
Right, these are the 2 spotlights we have tonight. Lyceum Super Arc 400s. How badass is that?
Right. And up here is a cheat sheet.
This will tell you what color is in what frame. So this number 1 through 7, that represents the frames, which we'll show you in a second. And this is the color gels that are in the frames. And here are the frames over here. So we can switch frame 1, frame 2, so on and so on.
Right. So they'll call us on the comm and say, okay, spot 1, go into frame 2. Or they'll pick a color. Spot 1, go to red.
Whatever we got.
Whatever. And then we'll look at the cheat sheet, which is again change it here, boink, and then out here, a light will change colors.
And just to show you, just to get an even more in-depth look, check this out. You can actually pop this out of here.
Ooh.
And there's what it looks like inside, all the different gels. That's where you put the gel, right there in these little frames. And when you pop that this latch,
Attention please, we've been notified that there is a
Timeout.
white pickup truck, license plate YNA3663. Your truck is blocking the driveway of one of the residents on Keswick Avenue. It is being towed.
let's see if anybody's running.
White pickup truck, license plate YNA3663. Your truck will be towed.
Chris comes up with a good idea.
The lighting guy comes up with a lighting idea. There you go. Looky here. Now look at this. Woo! Whee! How awesome is that? Thank
Fantastic.
you,
Chris the LD, House LD at the Keswick. We'll get to you in a moment. Chris is our boss when we're running spotlights.
That's right. So we just pop that right back in here.
We're a team.
And that's ready to go for the show.
Right.
And I think we have four gels that they specifically asked for in here tonight, 1 through 4, that are just probably just possibilities that she may go with for the show.
Cool.
All right.
Now,
Things ready
few
to go.
people know this, but we actually get applause at this job. Why don't you explain at what point of the show that happens?
When they call house lights and I get to take the lights out, everybody cheers. It's for me, right?
Right.
Do that right here. This is like an old-fashioned. What would you call this, Chris?
A rheostat.
Sorry to go to someone off camera.
A what?
A rheostat.
A rheostat.
Yeah, it's like a old dimmer.
There.
So the voltage, all the power for the house lights is transferred over to this right before the show, or before doors, I should say. And then once they call house lights, I can take this, I can crank this down, and the lights will slowly dim at whatever speed.
You crank it.
Yeah. Well, I can't crank it now because the house lights will go.
Yeah.
But when I do that at night, right before the show, the thunderous applause in for me, my
Of course.
glorious
Right.
name. So we're gonna have 2 spots tonight. We'll both be on the headset. Word to the wise: if you get a gig doing Spotlight, it's a pretty decent gig. Like if you're in one of the stagehands union or whatever, you can get a gig doing Spotlight at a local venue. Even at the big arena sometimes. I know for a fact when Ringling Brothers Circus comes in, they get 10 spot ops every night. So I mean that's a pretty good, decent gig. I don't know how much they get paid, but whatever. And just a little tip: when you're on one of these things and you're the spot op, you want to spend 99% of your time listening and maybe 1% talking. All right, that's just a tip, because the person who designed the show is going to be doing all the talking. You don't, when she's calling stuff, you don't need to answer.
Right.
Because what'll happen is if she tells you, go to frame 1, go, and we switch to frame 1, she's gonna know you're listening. There's no need to go, okay, or
Right.
okay, we'll switch now. You just stay off the mic and just listen. That's a good tip.
I agree.
Other than that, it's a pretty easy gig and kind of fun. You get to watch the show and
Right, and you get to shoot big beams of light on stars' faces.
stars' faces. Yeah, so that's always fun.
All right.
A lot of LDs will tell people at spots, keep your mics off. They won't even give them the like here. That doesn't ever happen. We're all pretty friendly, but anywhere else. And I know the Stones, the spot ops for those at that stadium, they were all union hands, so they were getting lots of money. But also, they would have 8 spot ops, but 8 backups in case one of the spot ops was either intoxicated or something. So there was 8 guys on call, so a total of 16 hands
Getting paid.
getting paid, 8 of which
At
are
a Rolling
standing
Stones show.
at the Stones concert.
Yes.
Wow.
Big
So
stadium.
I guess you're expected to do drugs if you're on the Rolling Stones crew. Then.
Oh, yeah.
They give you the support.
Well, I actually spoke with a lighting designer from the Rolling Stones tour. He had switched to the Chemical Brothers and Orb, and he had said that the lighting because it was so massive and so many trucks, it actually became a sort of 9-to-5 job. You worked 8-hour shifts and people would just switch out. So they actually had it so down that it was completely streamlined. That for this particular lighting designer, took the fun out of the lighting and made it 2 9-to-5 for him. That's why he liked being with Chemical Brothers. We both had this guerrilla lighting approach. That's what I use. It's my philosophy. Just go in, take what works, take whatever's in the house and make it work for your show.
Right. When a tour comes into a venue, they're given a few options. They're shown the space that's available and the power, right?
Yeah.
The power is your biggest issue, right?
When a tour is advancing this particular theater, they're given a plot. And as you see here, this one, Susan Tedeschi, Derek Trucks, she's filled in her color and then filled in all the information here, color. Often they'll fill in a lamp type, which I don't change. I have medium lamps. A lot of times they'll want narrows. And then here you see where all the spots are notated, what frames, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. Also, she let...
This is, if I might, this is an exact replica. This is exactly what the Keswick lighting truss looks like.
Right.
It's exactly in this setup right here.
Correct.
So we can show this to the artist, and they'll know exactly what it's going to look like on the stage. They'll know exactly what colors are going to be where when they get here. And this is the ceiling that shoots
our front of house
what we call
position.
the downstage, front of house, right? That shoots onto the stage.
Right. So that strobe light is flashing up there, and that means everybody get on headsets.
Okay.
So what Iggs is doing now is he is flashing the lobby.
If you've ever been to a real theater, you know, where they, like a Broadway theater or whatever, it's like a showbiz tradition that, 5 minutes or so before the show is about to start, what they want to do is clear everybody out of the lobby, get them in their seats. So what they do is they dim what we call flashing in the lobby. They'll dim the lights a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And that's a kind of a classy way, theater style way to know that it's time to get your ass to your seat. Get another beer.
Get the step.
Get to
Right.
keep on keeping on.
So Chris.
Yes.
So today they came in and had a good attitude, right? Everybody was laid
I
back.
was going to ask you about
They're
And-
very easy to interact with today.
Right.
And
So
they've been very happy and appreciative and thankful to be here today. And
which makes us want to work
us.
harder, right?
Exactly. As I always say, our philosophy here is we're here to row. We're not here to rock the boat. We're here to row. So I'm always trying to help the tour achieve their vision.
Right.
And I'll always go the extra mile. It just makes it easier to go that extra mile if you feel that they at least realize that you're producing out of thin air what they're asking for.
Right.
And you're still making it up how you're going to do it. And so they can just be aware of the fact, and then they appreciate it. It makes it easier to go that extra mile.
Sure.
But either way, we always do around here. So.
And in this situation, they had only paid for a certain number of lights.
Oh, correct.
But you saw that it would be better with a few extras,
Correct.
right?
They were only aware of the lamps that are indicated by my illustration here. Mm-hmm. So that extra 6 floor lights that went along this line that aren't illustrated, I pulled out of them and put a couple of them together for them.
Right.
In-house, we normally have a total of 4. But 4 with 3 wouldn't break up in a good way. You need 2 at each to give it a good 2-color wash.
Right. We're going to get to work now. We'll show you what that's like in a bit. Normally, Chris would be telling us what we're supposed to be doing, but today we've got a special guest lighting director who came in with the tour. She seems pretty cool so far. Her name's Wendy. Talk to you later.
She would probably actually been a cool interview for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a 7-year history with Susan Tedeschi alone.
Yeah.
So, and she seemed very pleasant and.
Yeah, I was going to ask her, but she disappeared a lot.
Yeah, well, she's also typical on a lot of tours. They can only afford to hire so many people. So if they can afford to hire people, the first person they'll hire is a front of house engineer. If they can afford 2, then they'll have a monitor engineer and a front of house. And if they can really afford it, then they'll afford the 3rd person, which is the lighting person.
Right.
Now, these 3 individuals often will have to wear a couple hats, as I say, or do a couple jobs, such as count in merchandise or perhaps tour manage and advance stuff.
Right.
In this particular case, she's helping, I believe, in addition to setting up drums and doing backline, she's doing the lights, setting up the drums, and then she also handles the dressing room requirements with the catering department, which is Donna here.
Mm-hmm.
So among those three things, it keeps her very busy. So when we decided how to work out the day, one thing that we determined was she could trust me to do the focus. So she just went ahead and told me what she wanted, and I was able to give that for her, program the board, and she was able to attend to her many other duties.
Right.
As I said, she's probably wearing 2 or 3 hats.
And the focus, just for our viewers, is when you set the lights up for this specific show, right?
Correct. I will position the lights and then basically aim the lights and then cut the Licos for shutter cuts. I believe the lighting is calling now. She's going to want to talk to her spots and have a meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Verb Forecast recording artist Susan Tedeschi.
Job really pays off. She's kicking ass right now. Shooting light all over her face. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Light all over her face.
Did you?
All
She loves it. She loves it.
All over.
Iggs.
Hey guys, it's Iggs here. And we're here with our new friend, Wendy. Here she is.
Hey, Wendy.
Why don't you, if you would, tell us why you're here today?
Why I'm here today. I do lighting for Derek Chucks and Susan Tedeschi, and I worked with these guys tonight. They were my spot ops, and
That's right, we were.
yeah, great job. By the way.
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm here for the music.
How's the tour been so far?
The tour has been great. The music is incredible. The people I tour with are incredible, which is, you know, a good thing on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. What exactly are your duties on the road?
I wear many hats. Lighting is my first hat. My second hat is hospitality. I do drum teching, stage, you know, just whatever needs to be done, basically.
Right. And how long have you been on the road, and how much longer do you have to go on this tour?
How long have I been on the road?
Right, for this current
for the current
run.
tour, gosh, we left, I don't know.
It all blends together.
Yeah, it all blends together. We go home November 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's a short run.
How do you like this theater? Did it come out well? Show won't go well?
I love this theater. This theater is great. The crew is incredible. It's nice. It's nice on the road to have a great crew that knows what they're doing. It absolutely helps the day.
Do you find that often?
Maybe.
Oh,
Good answer. Good answer.
hopefully, I think is what.
Hopefully.
Are there any venues or cities that stick out in your mind as fond memories? You know, places that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, Philly, New York, California, like San Francisco, the Fillmores. That was cool. We had a great crew. Atlanta's cool. I live there.
Okay. Been to Atlanta.
I know all of those guys. I've known them for years. Let's see, Seattle. I like Seattle a lot. Pretty much the major cities, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this just the United States tour? Are you leaving the country at all?
We just went out of the country.
Oh.
That's kind of interesting. We spent 2 months this past summer in Europe. We went to 7 different countries. That was interesting as far as crew. You know, you had a language book of
Right.
a European phrase book, so I could communicate. French is something if you go on the road and you're in France or Belgium. Check it out because it's going to be difficult to communicate, and Italian too.
All right.
Yeah.
But do you prefer to work in the United States just because of the language barriers, or does the scenery really help out?
The scenery in Europe is incredible. The people are incredible. The United States, it's different. You know, every country is different.
Right.
And, I don't know.
Where's next on the tour? Next stop.
New York City.
All right.
Very good.
Always a pinnacle place to play.
Where are you playing in New York?
Nokia Theater.
Is that the one that's inside the garden? Or no?
I haven't been there.
I know there's a theater inside the garden, but I can't remember if it's the Nokia Theater or not. Cool place though.
How did you get into this business?
Oh gosh.
It's
You know,
a tough question.
I was in school for something completely different.
But so were the rest of us.
Yeah. I moved to Atlanta because I wanted to work in music, and my big plan was to get a job with a record label and be a waitress and work my way up to the top. And that side of the industry, and I couldn't get a job doing that, and I had no clue what to do. And a friend of mine was a sound engineer at a small bar in town. And he would make me do lights, and it pissed me off because I couldn't get it right. Pissed me off enough that I really wanted to figure out how to do it correctly and learn the field. So for about 3 years, I worked under people that I completely respected, schlepping gear, organizing gels, just learning the trade. And basically, that's how I learned in School of Hard Knocks and some great mentors.
And who got you on this specific tour? Did Susan? You met her?
Well, a long time ago, I was working with Derek, and me and Susan and Derek did a tour in Florida, and Susan saw my lighting, and she did a gig at the Roseland Ballroom in New York City.
Beautiful.
And with, oh gosh, I can't remember who it was. Somebody big. Somebody pretty famous. And I went out for that gig, and then, every now and then I'd go out with Susan, go out with Derek, and I finally, I worked for both of them. Pretty much Derek special occasions or, certain tours, and Susan pretty much full time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where do you call home?
Atlanta.
Yeah, still?
Yeah.
Have an apartment there? Or?
I grew up in New Orleans.
Series.
I have a house in New Orleans. Hey, New Orleans is a great city.
Yeah.
Great
sure
cruise, great music. Save New Orleans.
is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, send your love out there.
Is the
Excellent.
Vortex still there in Atlanta?
Yes.
I've been sucked into the Vortex. Best omelets in the city.
All right.
And
Get to
burgers.
Atlanta. And burgers, and about 1,000 types of beer.
Yes, 1,000 types of beer. And if you're ever in Atlanta and you're on the road, a great Mexican restaurant is Nuevo Laredo. A great sushi place is MF Sushi. And
I think I've been to that one.
yeah, there's a cool Italian place in Little Five Points.
Okay, well, can you tell us to keep watching Roadie Show?
Keep watching Roadie Show.
Excellent. Thank you.